Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today, I want to take a moment here and answer a question that comes up all the time in the live chats, all the time in my comments section, etc. Now, it's a kind of controversial question. It's a controversial topic. The answer is going to piss some people off. So I want to warn you right now, unless you got your big boy pants on, maybe you should go to a safe space instead of watching this video. Because we are going to be covering a topic that, might piss you off a little bit. You might disagree. And I know a lot of people don't deal well with disagreement. So keep that in mind. Like I said, if you want to go ahead and go before you get triggered. But with that being said, that little disclaimer there, I want to move on to the topic. And what is the topic? The topic is when it comes to choosing your EDC, the gun you're going to carry every day for self-defense, the ammo, the caliber, etc., what's more important, shot placement or bullet performance? Well, I know people have been told forever the answer to this question. If you paid attention, people have been telling you all along. A lot of trainers, everything's telling you that shot placement is king. It's the most important factor. If you don't hit a vital area, it doesn't do a lot of good. Now, I'm not going to say that shot placement is number one when it comes to choosing your carry gun. Actually, reliability is number one, but we assume nowadays that most guns are reliable. And if it wasn't, you wouldn't carry it. Or you definitely wouldn't consider carrying it for an EDC, Kel-Tec. But once you take reliability out of the mix, you just assume that's a constant. Shot placement is king, right? Well, that's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. And it's easily demonstrated that it's wrong. Just take this scenario into account. If someone is coming at you, attacking you, and you shoot them dead center of the sternum or right in the forehead with a BB gun, is that going to stop them? No, it isn't. You hit the proper places, but there's no power or performance there. Now let's assume the same person is running at you with a knife or whatever, and you have a .44 Magnum, and you shoot them, but you miss center mass and you hit them in the hip. That's not good shot placement. I mean, it is good if you want to break the pelvis, but that'll take them down. And if you want to say, okay, well, pelvic shots are good ideas. Well, okay, let's say they're coming at you. You go to shoot. You shoot way too low. You just shoot them in the foot. Someone who gets shot in the foot with a .44 Magnum is going to be far less likely to continue their attack than someone who gets shot in the chest or sternum with a BB gun, especially if they're amped up. So you can't do it the reverse way. You can't say, oh, if you hit perfectly and there's no power, it'll work. But you can say, if you hit it all and you have proper performance, you can still damage your assailant. Another way to think of it is like, well, if someone is shooting at me and I'm shooting back at them, and let's say I have, a 9mm, heaven forbid. Let's say that's what I'm shooting. That was the only thing I could get a hands on. And they've got a ballistics vest on. And we're face-to-face shooting each other. I plug them right in the sternum twice. Doesn't penetrate the vest. Well, that gives them plenty of time to shoot me because my round didn't perform. Same case, if we're face-to-face shooting at each other and missing maybe a couple of times, if I end up hitting the first round, getting the first hit with that 9mm, didn't really make a lot of difference. I mean, probably will bruise them bad, but probably isn't going to stop them when they're amped up in this situation. If I shoot them with a .44 Magnum as they're coming at me with their ballistics vest on, that's going to penetrate the ballistics vest. So if I get the first hit, I win that one because I had greater performance. Now, I'm not saying shot placement doesn't matter, because it definitely matters. It's better to hit with a .22 than it is to miss with a .44, except for maybe psychologically. I think I might be more scared off someone just pointing a .44 at me than I would be if they actually shot at me with a .22, but that's a different aspect of what we're talking about. So even though performance has to be there so that shot placement can matter, they really have to be used in concert with each other to actually be most effective For it to be most effective, you have to have performance and you have to get it on target. So if you if you start off with a 44 Magnum, well, you got great performance there. Or 357 Magnum, you've got the performance, now you just need to get it on target. And those things in concert will help guarantee your survival. But let's say you can't get that 44 mag on target. You just, no matter how hard you try, it's just too much gun for you. You can't hit not even a first round with it. Now, keep in mind, a lot of people talk about follow-up shots. I'm not as worried much about time between first shot and second shot as I am accuracy of the first shot. If you can be accurate on a first shot, if it takes you a full second to get off another accurate shot, I think that's far better than being able to shoot quickly with an ineffective round. But like I said, if you can't get that 44 Magnum, even on a first shot, on target, well, then you move down to 357 because that's almost as powerful. And now if you can get placement with that 357 and, follow-up shots in a reasonable time, then that's fine. You've compromised a little bit. You're not carrying the highest performance round now, but you're carrying a high enough performance round that you can also get accuracy with. If you can't do it with the 9mm, well, then maybe or with a 357 Magnum, then maybe you need to go down to 9mm. And just pray for the best, I guess, at that point. If that's all you can get on target is 9mm, still, it's better than spitting at them. Although, when I tell people, carry something other than 9mm, they're always like, oh, yeah, well, I've never heard anybody saying, thank God they just shot me with a 9mm. And to those people, I say, well, that's probably because they didn't realize they'd been shot. Until they get home later and they're like, why is there blood on my shirt? Oh, someone shot me, I think. So that's why you don't ever hear people say that. But like I said, if it's 9mm, which has capable performance, it's a decent round, and the right rounds can even go through soft body armor at close range. So it does have performance. It's not great performance, but it's performance. And if you can get it on target, that's great. But you get to a point where, if you say, well, the only thing I can actually get on target is, a 25 ACP. It's the only thing I can actually shoot accurately. Well, then you might just want to invest in life insurance and buy a burial plot. Or just know that chances are I'm never going to need my gun. But, that doesn't sell guns. We got to be dramatic here. So then you're going down to where you don't have performance anymore. So you want to try to work your way back up. But what matters is that your round is capable. That's the number one thing. Your firearm can stop the threat. Now let's look at another example here. Let's say someone at a distance from you, 30 yards away, is about to stab a baby. And you've got your little 25 or 22 pistol on you, 22 long rifle, 22 or 25 ACP. Now let's look at another scenario here where we can show what I'm talking about. Let's say you're at the mall, 30 yards away from you. Someone's about to stab a baby. They're like, I'm going to stab this baby. And nobody can stop me. And you decide, well, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to pull my gun and fire. So you pull your gun, your 25 ACP, you unload it at 30 yards, and it's not sufficient to stop him. He still stabs that baby. And that baby kebab is now on your head because you failed to stop that guy. It's not your fault, really, but, you could have stopped him, so there's that. But you understand what I'm saying. And that shows you. Doesn't matter if you hit him if it didn't do the job. If he's about to stab that baby and he said, I'm going to stab this baby, and you pull out your 44 Magnum, and even if you just hit him once, probably going to stop him. Doesn't matter if your follow-up shots are slower or maybe even off target, as long as you hit him with the one round that actually performed and did its job. And that's basically all you have to think about to know which one's more important. Can one be effective without the other? Yes. A really powerful round in the knee can really stop an attack. A really powerful round in the foot or taking off someone's ear can convince them to spend their day doing other things. Rounds that don't affect them, doesn't matter if you hit them 10 times. If it doesn't affect them, then you're not doing the job. Like I said, if it's a BB gun. So that goes to show you, power matters. And it's when you have power and efficiency or accuracy combined is when you really win. So when you keep it in mind that the round has to be capable, but I also have to be able to get it on target, it's in that order. Capable and then on target. Because like we've just shown, a capable round, as long as you can get it on target, is usually going to do some damage. An incapable round or an insufficient round, even on target, probably not going to do the job. So therefore, without performance, accuracy doesn't mean all that much. All right, everybody, now that we beat that dead horse to death, I'm going to go ahead and sign off and say thanks, everybody, for coming today. I do appreciate it. I will see you all again on Monday. And possibly tomorrow I'll be launching the fundraiser for Fur Friends Animal Rescue, so keep your eyes open for that. Also, remember, come to our live chats. Even on the days where I don't do videos, I still do live chats. We have live chats every night. Every night at 6 p.m. Pacific time, except for Monday and Wednesday when it's 5 p.m. Pacific time. So, like I said, if you want to have some conversations and get involved in these discussions, come on over to the live chat. Even on the days I don't do videos, we still do a live chat. And now I'm actually done. So like I said, once again, thanks for coming. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you all again on Monday. Until then, remember, always carry. Just make sure your gun is capable, that it actually has performance first, and then make sure it's an accurate gun that you can shoot accurately so that you can stay safe until I see you again.